experiences in the Catholic Church, pray together, encourage one another, give our encounters, and celebrate Jesus. Guys, remember we said that we are going to have a talk. We are going to have an episode with a guest who is going to give us his encounters in the Catholic Church. I want to welcome him. I want him to feel at home, that we may celebrate Jesus in this new podcast. Thank you. Welcome our guest.
Thank you.
Okay, so tell us about yourself. Tell us about your names and your journey with Christ, the start, and up to this moment.
Okay, my names are Tom, Tori, Okara. Just like maybe so many of you, like we all know Christ, we know who God is. That has been my life. I've always grown knowing who God is because I was introduced to my parents. Always going to church, but only Sunday keeping. But the daily thing, going daily mass, doing normal rosary prayers, that thing I've never had it in my life.
Okay. So when did you have it for the first time?
So let's say I really got it was a big boost when Vincentian visited Eldoret there in 2011. And I got to know from what I had then, from the kind they were expounding the word, how they were helping us through examination of conscience, how they were conducting the mass. Okay, not that it's unique from every, it's the same from with all other masses we have, but the kind of piety it was breathtaking, and it changed. Okay, it made me think deeper about my Christianity, about my relation with God. Yes.
So just to interrupt you, was it for a retreat in Eldoret, or was it for a Friday service, or was it for they had just come to introduce themselves?
No, it was a Bible convention.
Okay.
And I guess those were times they were beginning to come, going out of Nairobi. And it was one of the occasions they came to Eldoret, invited by the bishop there, Bishop Coril. And with this, we got to understand. So it was a Bible convention.
Okay.
Yes.
How many days was it?
It was a 4 or 5 day thing.
4 or 5 days thing. Okay. So for you, how was it to now you meet priests who are telling you, who are giving you a deeper understanding, and you feel, I've been sinful, I thought I was a holy person. How was it for you?
That was the experience. You know, mostly you understand, you know, sometimes until somebody try to open something up, you always think you're good. Me, I feel like until I had the examination of conscience there, how they are trying to help us understand our relation with God. That's how I came to know for sure I have a long way to go. I never thought that before, but how deep they went into the examination of God, I then say I saw really I'm a sinner. And not only that, even before they came, of course I had those questions in my mind. At some point I was like, is a church, you know, is the Catholic Church simply a routine thing, just going for the sake of? Because I didn't see
for the daily mass thing, and then it's over.
Yeah, I didn't see a difference between me going to church and my friends who are going to church. We are all rather the same. Like, I go to church, they don't go to church. But both we meet in the room, we are doing the exact same thing.
But now you are from church. But after church, you're going to do the same old things you are
After
doing.
church, I'm going to do the same thing. And them who didn't go to church, they're doing the same thing I'm doing. So it's like them who didn't go to church, I went to church. We're just one person
You
because
don't feel the difference.
there wasn't a difference.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Tom, tell us about your journey, how it started to get deeper, and was there anything that simulated other than the priest coming to Eldoret? Is there any, after the priest came to Eldoret, did you want to go further and know about them also, something like that?
Obviously, because that the experience I had, then it was beyond the experience I've ever beyond another spiritual experience I had in life. So I could really want to know.
Yes.
I could want to hear more.
Yes.
So I made a journey. Okay, of course, I could come to Nairobi because they were based in Nairobi, Lavington, their prayer house. I could come to Nairobi to at least to attend the retreats. First retreat to attend, I came late. So late in a
what
sense
time?
that usually at Lavington they used to begin retreats on Monday and Friday. So meaning you have to be there latest by Tuesday morning before confession.
So what time did you get there?
So I came there Tuesday in the afternoon.
In the afternoon.
In the afternoon, and the gate was locked, and I could not be allowed to enter. And that thing really, of course, it made me think so deep. It made me feel so. I felt like I've lost it.
Had broken in a way.
In a way, because you know, it has costed you to be in Nairobi.
Yes.
The journey,
Yes.
and everything, and because I was in school.
Yes.
So, and all that, and I feel like I've lost it. So because of that, but the next retreat, I wanted to be there on time. Not only I wanted to be there on time, that spirit of mine feeling low, I wanted to get everything, you know. I came to Vincentian now, that's second time now, let me call it my first full retreat. And all Eldoret, it was just a day. There were 4 to 5 days, but I attended that for 1 day. Yeah? So then, when I came to, I opened up my heart to what I was receiving.
You didn't want to miss this one.
I didn't want to miss this one. I didn't want to miss anything.
You just wanted to be there from the word go.
I wanted to be there from the word go, and I wanted to take in everything. And for sure, it really paid, because what I got from that retreat, I feel like it changed my life. I made so much resolutions in my life.
Yes.
Then, finally, I'd almost even contemplated. I don't made a decision that I'm going to leave Catholic Church. Reason, I thought maybe in Catholic they seem to really worship, so maybe I can get it somewhere else.
Okay.
But
some
now,
people tell me that it's a boring thing.
Yeah, to me now, like I didn't just look at a boring. I feel like it's a routine thing.
Okay.
I feel like yes, we're going for mass, we're singing here, there, but this singing has no impact, you know.
Okay.
But actually, it's when I heard the first singing, then in Eldoret, the same songs you've been singing,
Yes.
Luo Mass, but when I heard it, it changed my life. So I took it deep. It was no more a prayer than just a normal mass thing. I'm simply going to fulfill my duty of going for mass.
Okay.
So that experience in Nairobi, it really changed my life. That experience at Lavington, Nairobi, it really changed my life.
Okay.
And from there on, okay, but it was after that retreat that I started having symptoms of sickness, which I could not understand.
Now, when you are in Eldoret, you're back in Eldoret after retreat, or the symptoms
like
started
the last day of the retreat.
The last day of the retreat.
Okay. Because Lavington we commute, so the last of the retreat, I didn't go to spend at my place. I went to spend at my cousin's place. He had invited us. And maybe there was some little temptation there. Though waking up morning, I was really having serious fever. And from there, with that fever, okay, maybe I assumed so many things, because my cousin used to live those sides of Kikuyu. I assumed the weather there, but later, going back to Eldoret, I realized it's something serious. And after that, I went back to the hospital. They diagnosed TB, tuberculosis.
Now, if I may interrupt you, did you attend the last day of the retreat?
I attended the last day.
But sickly?
No. So after the last day.
Oh, after the last day?
After the last day. After attending the retreat, attending the last of the retreat, I was going back home. But I went to my cousin's place. Yeah? Going back home, that's when I started having those symptoms. So later we diagnosed TB, and TB, as you understand, you go for 6 months treatment.
Yes.
But on my 4th month,
Yes.
still I was still looking so weak.
Okay.
And my doctors felt like there's something more than this. There's something more than TB, because TB, maybe the symptoms could have come down then.
Okay.
But I still had serious symptoms which they couldn't manage. So I went for further checkups. That's when they diagnosed hyperthermia problem. That's
What's that?
a blood issue. Okay, my bone marrow wasn't manufacturing blood cells.
Blood cells.
Yes, red blood cells. So all our blood cells is in the bone marrow. So my bone marrow couldn't manufacture the blood cells. So when
So
they
is that cancer or something?
that's me, I can't call it cancer. It's something so close to that. It's not leukemia. Leukemia now is more cancer, but aplastic anemia is related, but it's different, but unique in its own way. Cancer is more of the antibodies trying to suppress the blood cells, but leukemia, aplastic anemia, or the one I had, where my bone marrow could not manufacture the blood cells. So with that issue, with that diagnosis, we started treatments and we also started transfusions, because my blood could go as low as 3 hemoglobin. That's
Supposed to be?
the normal blood level of a man is 13 to 18. So my blood could go as low as 3. That's a very low HB. And so I could immediately go for transfusion. That's adding blood to my body. And after transfusion, maybe in a month's time again, it could relapse. The blood could still go down because of the situation.
So in short, you are relying on the transfusion.
I was 100% relying on the transfusion. So I had to transfuse blood to my body.
Yes.
And in a month's time, again I had to transfuse, because now that was...
How was the cost for transfusion?
Transfusion, usually, it depends on the kind of hospital you go, but I don't feel it's to be too expensive, because that one, if you go to a public hospital, insurance can pay that, our Kenyan insurance. But if you go to a private hospital, it will be costly, depending on the hospital you go. So then I could go, because I was in Eldoret.
So you would transfuse in the hospitals in Eldoret?
I would transfuse in the hospital in Eldoret. Eldoret hospital, they used to charge me around, it was around 8,000. 8,000 a day.
A day?
Yeah.
Tell me about this transfusion. Like, it's done within a day and it's over?
No. It depends. So the doctor can prescribe for you to receive it periodically. So maybe you can receive 3 banks, blood banks, all those packs, in a day. So, but my kids, I need like 5. So if I'm 3, so I need like 5 or 6 to be at 10 or 11. By 10, 11, I'm safe. So I could. They used to transfuse me. So I can do that 3. I can also do that. Maybe like if I'm a private hospital, maybe 2 days is enough.
2 days enough.
2 days is enough. But if I go to a public hospital, then they can take long, because they're searching blood, they're buying blood, etc. So you can see they're over a week. But in a private hospital, it was much easier. So, well, I did series of tests. The first one I did was DNA, and then I also did a transient biopsy. All those tests were to help really know the exact situation and how severe. So with transient biopsy, they realized it's a more severe, actually a very severe hyperthermia. They call it aplastic anemia at a severe stage.
Severe stage.
Yes, very severe stage.
So with this one, the symptoms come when it's already severe.
That's it. You know, the symptoms, you start learning that you don't have blood. You know, when at some point, if it's not severe, the bone marrow can still manufacture blood at a low count.
Yeah,
isn't
yeah,
it?
yeah, yeah.
But when it's severe, it can only it can manufacture blood.
Okay.
So that's when it can go that low. That's when, of course, you can. So that was the case. It was that. My doctors, I remember, first word he told me, you're going to have this a lifetime thing. From the question asked him for how long. So like it's a lifetime thing. And
Lifetime thing.
it's a lifetime thing.
You went to pick the results alone?
Yeah, of course.
Or you had some friends to back up you
No,
just in
most
case
of
of
the-
anything?
You know, the aplastic anemia, you aren't looking too weak, you know, you're so weak. You are, so long as you've transfused blood, you're looking so normal. So I was the moment I've transfused blood to my body, I'm just any person, I'm very normal, I'm walking.
No, I'm asking, you were going for the results. Did you tag anyone to go with you just in case you're told something that will shock you?
No. Much of the time I was alone.
Okay.
Though sometimes with my parents, but sometimes alone.
But this time you were alone.
But this time I was alone.
And the doctor tells you it's a permanent thing. You are going to have it for a lifetime.
Yeah.
How did you react?
Of course, there are a little shock because it's not a small thing to be told it's a lifetime. There was a little shock. There was also a little shock, but a little contentment that now I know.
Okay.
Now I know. Now I'm ready. You know.
Okay.
So
You are accepting.
yes. So you know, because it's to train the mind to accept the situation it is you are in at the time. So now I know. Now I'm ready. So from there, we started treatments. We started with the oxymezolone. So they give you one treatment for a period of time. Like now they give me a treatment for 1 month. After that they went another treatment like that. So I started with oxymezolone. I went 2 months actually. I did the oxymezolone for 2 months. After when we saw like it's not subsiding, we decided to go for another medication. We went Nukin. Later we realized it's not working, so we went erythropoietin. So like that. So the doctors, they can't give you one prescription for a long time. They only give it for a certain period of time because they have very serious side effects. And so if they realize it's having no impact in you, so it means even if you're given the whole year, it's not going to have any impact. So they just try it for 1 or 2 months. So like in my case, I went for 2 months. It didn't work.
They changed.
I went another 2 months. They changed like that.
How about the cost, the expense for the medication?
It was very expensive, and it's a rare disease, you know.
It's a rare disease.
Aplastic anemia, statistic in United States is 1 over a million. One patient over a million people. In Kenya, the statistics could even be one patient over 10 million people, meaning it's a very rare disease. You know, when you have a rare disease, meaning the drugs are very scarce. So we used to reach out to manufacturers or the importers to specifically bring those medication, and they were very expensive. One tablet I used to buy it to 1,000 shillings.
One tablet.
2,000.
2,000. How many were you supposed to take?
So in a day I could take 4 tablets, 2 in the morning, 2 in the evening.
So that's 8,000.
That's 8,000
In a day.
in a day.
That's expensive.
That was really quite expensive. If for my parents, that was quite expensive for them. So we did that. We also did Nukin. Nukin was an injection. It was also very expensive. That injection was around 20,000.
And for the injection, it was daily, a daily?
The injection, I don't think it was either three times a week. I can't remember. But I don't think it was daily.
Okay.
Yeah. So we did that injection. We also did erythropoietin was also an injection. So all those had no results, had no positive results.
Okay.
So the last option for bone marrow transplant is transplant.
For
the last option for aplastic anemia is bone marrow transplant. So if the medication don't work, we go for the bone from what I got from my doctors, transplant isn't a really, it's a very risky thing. It's a very risky thing because the doctor was explaining to me, for like, bone marrow transplant for plastic anemia, usually a third patients die on bed, a third survive, and a third dies later. So I was working at a probability of a third survival.
Did you think about death at that moment when you're told a third death, a third survival?
You know, at this moment in life, I'd already got, I feel like my, genuinely speaking, Vincentian had an impact in me.
Okay.
In this sense, I'd already given my life
Christ.
to Christ.
Yes.
So as much we could have ABCD, you are told this, you are told that, I was kind of, God is the decider, you know. At some point I told myself,
Yes.
is there anybody more loving than Christ? Nobody. Like I thought, as my parents love me so much, they want the best for me, Christ could live alone. And again, as my parents, no, maybe as we're trying to get the best hospital for my treatment, or the best doctor for my treatment, Christ is the best doctor, isn't it?
Yes. There has never been any other doctor.
And again, another thing I had, Christ is the best. He loved me more than I love myself. I love myself, or my parents love me. He's the best doctor, more than any doctor. He's able to do anything. Like, he's able to do anything.
Effortlessly. Without any effort.
He loves me more than anybody can love me. He also, he knows better what is good for me more than I know it myself. So having these three in mind, like having these three in mind with conviction, like Christ loves me more than anyone. He knows better what is good for me. He's able to do anything. Then that one helped me to not worry a lot. So I was like, if I continue, if he is able to heal me, because I'd seen testimonies at Vincentian Retreat Center, at Vincentian Prayer House then. I'd seen, I'd had testimonies from people. I had people healing serious diseases. I said, anyway, what's my disease? I've had people healing so many and very serious diseases. So he's able to heal me. 2, he loved me. 3, he loved me, care for me. 3, he know better what is good for me. And I hadn't told you. So after diagnosis, the next retreat I attended a prayer house. Now I say I attend retreats every 3 months. The next retreat, I think the next one, 2 retreats later, I told priest about my problem.
You went to consult the priest?
I went to consult the priest.
During or after the retreat?
Just during the retreat.
Okay.
Maybe just timing a priest when he's walking.
He's walking,
so
okay.
I'm following out like Father sick.
Which priest was that?
That's Father Anthony Parankimali.
Okay.
And Father Anthony then used not to speak a lot. He could simply speak one word. Like immediately I started speaking, he couldn't allow me to
continue. Yes.
Straight to the eye, Tom, go and read Psalms 103.
Just that.
Just that. And I went reading Psalms 103. Opening it, I realized it's more of a thanksgiving psalm. So if you ask yourself a question like, thanksgiving, why do I need to thank God for? Because I'm sick. But now I try to give a deeper thinking. Maybe God has a better reason why I'm sick. Maybe reparation for so many sins, including my own sins, including my family. Maybe praying for so many souls. Maybe to make me a better person, a more holier, or to give a great testimony to so many people. So the reason I should thank him, he has no better why I have it.
You have the sickness.
The sickness, and there's a better ending for it. Sincerely speaking, that as much, I started thanking God for it. So that I took an initiative. Always, at that time, at Vincentians, I'd learned like anything I'm getting from the priest is Christ who is speaking it.
Yeah.
So that's always how to think. So meaning, if God, so I so if God is telling
God
me
is
to
saying
thank
is
Him,
telling me to thank Him for the sickness.
then there's a greater good for my sickness.
Okay.
So I started thanking Him.
He told you to read the psalm for how long?
He told me to do it for 1 month.
1 month.
Yes.
And you did it for 1 month.
And I did more than 1 month.
Okay.
I did it after 1 month. I was still doing it. So because I didn't heal immediately, you know, always we expected maybe after 1 month you need you expect a
change.
healing, you expect a change.
Yes.
But after 1 month, for sure, I didn't have a change.
Uh-huh.
I was still the problem persisted.
It was getting worse.
It was getting worse.
And you are thanking
And
God.
I was thanking God.
Okay.
I was thanking God. So I did that scripture until I got healed. Okay, I got healed.
Uh-huh. You found God.
Yes.
Wow.
So after that, I also was trying to be a good Christian, you know. With the help of the retreats, I was learning on how to attend daily mass. I was learning the importance of attending daily mass. I was also learning regular confessions. I was also learning doing normal prayers, even rosary prayers on a daily basis. And to some point, I remember telling my mom when she was so worried about my sickness. I remember telling her, but with the little experience I had observing testimonies from prayer house, I've seen people getting healed, even when they're so sick, even without money. But I've also seen people dying with a lot of money, because now I was in a hospital bed, and I've seen people coming with big money, but they still die. So just surrender to God. What at that time actually, what was in my mind? How can I have the best relation with my Christ? So of course that triggered me. Like then I have to do so many regular confessions, so many attending masses, so many try to do prayers, so many. So that trying to check my steps. Okay, not only if I die, let me die going to heaven.
So for you had made peace with it. Now you're the one who is encouraging your mom, and you've accepted the situation, and you're leading a righteous life. Just in case I don't heal, I go to my father.
That's it. I was trying hard to lead that righteous life. In case I die, let me die going to heaven. In case I survive, okay. In case, okay, if God wants to heal me, let not be. It's not healing me because of my sins.
Yes.
Let my sin not be a block.
The blood, okay.
So I was trying to be keen on that. Let my sins not be a block.
Okay.
But again, if I die, let me die according to it. So I was trying to check on those.
Okay. And had you told your friends about the sickness? The ones that you were schooling with?
All my friends knew about it.
You told them?
I told them. Though I used not to tell them. I like that. I don't know why I liked it initially. Like I like that if I'm being admitted in a hospital, I'm telling nobody I'm admitted. I simply
You do it
very few
alone.
people know that.
Very few.
Very
Okay.
few people know that I'm getting admitted.
Okay.
So I simply get admitted. I go out. So that's how it used to be. I get admitted silently. I disappear 1 or 2 weeks, and I come back.
Okay.
So I think towards the last days that I started to inform people. I know that I informed them. One of my friends started to inform the rest of the crew that Tom is in the hospital, and they started coming visiting me back. And then before that, nobody used to know that
Okay, you're
I'm
hospitalized.
admitted. Yes.
Okay, and now you are leading a righteous life. Did that bring a change for you and your friends' life? Did you cut off some of them, those who are, you felt now I don't want to associate with this company because it's my come back to me moment with Jesus?
That one, okay, for sure I didn't cut off anybody. I don't think I cut off people. But I think I transformed some. My thinking, not proudly speaking, but I felt like just to in quick experience. When I was coming from the retreat here in Nairobi, either Thika or Lavington, I don't remember well. I'm back in the car. I'm just contemplating communicating with things through the retreat. I'm having a conversation with Christ, like, Christ, look, now I'm looking so saintly, so holy, but back to Eldoret, back to my friends.
You're going to meet the same people.
Yeah, I'm going to meet the same people. I'm going to meet the same people, and they're going to. Sorry for that.
It's okay.
Sorry for that
It's
confusion.
okay.
Okay, thank you. So that was the case. My friends, it's true that I for sure I asked the guidance of Jesus. No, I didn't like specific. I was simply having conversation with Jesus, like how will I'm looking for it, but why should I get this? And then I go back, and then I again start struggling. So I was having that worry. But Jesus gave me some little wisdom, I can say, about it. And with the wisdom I got from Jesus, it completely not only changed my life, it changed my friends' life, because they used not to pray at all. They used not to go to church. I feel like they're the kind of people who never went to church all their life. But trust me.
Now they had to start going to church.
Trust me, Tom. Why are you isolating yourself? Just no, I can't do what you can't do what I'm doing. But you can teach us to do it. Are you ready? Yeah. Are you ready to do a rosary every day? Yeah. I'm going to shorten my prayers because of you. If you're ready to do prayers just the way I do, one full rosary, and I used to do some of the cross, or when Mass Chaplet, you are ready. Just teach us. So I had some books, I taught them, and that's how we started praying in that room until we parted ways. And it changed. We started watching some movies. We started, trust me, that was a miracle I never thought. Now that aside,
you're now looking for the transplant. You're preparing for the transplant.
I was preparing for the transplant, and it was very costly. Transplant in India is 5 million. Outside in the West country of 50 million. So we are trying to work out India because the cheapest we
could afford.
So
and it's not that cheap. 5 million at that time. It's still a lot of.
That isn't cheap actually. That's very expensive. But in relation to what other hospitals which could offer the same, that was very cheap. Like in relation to US now, for example, or West countries. So that was very cheap. So with that my what? Having the plans, the priest one day as I was attending the retreat. That's almost a year plus, maybe later or 2 years. After I'd informed the priest about the situation, my situation. So many people, well, we are still praying about it. I was still doing the Psalms 103. That's when now Father eventually, just from the altar, somebody who has a blood complicated disease, the priest have tried healing you. The doctors have tried healing you, but now Jesus is healing you. They have tried healing you with a failure, but now Jesus is healing you. At this time, mind you, I stopped taking drugs. Immediately we started having plans for transplant, I stopped taking drugs. Reason, you can't